Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Zaire Battlethon. We here. I know y'all probably sitting here taking the time to review these notes, looking at me like, why does he have this fur on? Besides the weather in New York, the world is cold itself, everybody. It's bad out here. I'm seeing things, speaking to people, spoke to several different sources, and it's just crazy, man. So my thing that I wanted to touch on was this motion that the URL just previously filed on the 7th. So Monday, to be exact, they filed this motion. Today's Thursday. They filed this motion Monday. So specifically in the motion, what I wanted to focus on so you guys could see, which is just, how could I say, asinine, because you'll see when I read it. We'll get to it right now. I'm going to run through it for you guys right now. We're going to read this motion right here. Okay, so motion 6, right? Section 6 of the defendants' mote that they put in on Monday. The opposition makes incidental appearances in video footage of URL events as sufficient to sustain a right of publicity claim. Okay, just the title shows complete disrespect. If I was Norbes, I'd be upset. For anybody who stood on the line and watched this man come through the line, talk to everybody one by one, and stand there on the line and just talk to everyone and give everyone the attention that you would expect somebody to give them when everybody else is walking by them. Some people don't even want to stop. Norbes stopped for everybody. Plaintiff's opposition concedes that the plaintiff consented to use his likeness in November 16, 2009 and January 25th, 2020. So right now what they're doing is they're attacking his claims of him being in the company by saying that just because his face is on an ad from November 16th, which was I believe the Born Legacy event, and January 25th, 2020, which was right before the contract. They just almost got into this caffeine thing. Mind you, we about to hit COVID. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was happening. We just knew that everything was shutting down. We were waiting to hear what URL had in store. They had the app, everything was dropped. We was waiting for the next event. Right around that time was the incident with your boy New Jersey. And what happens is, how I'm seeing this, it seemed like they used that incident to remove him because they already had plans to remove him prior to 2020. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it, guys. I'm not saying that's what it is for sure. I'm saying that's how I feel. I feel that based upon the twerk situation, they needed that to happen to have an excuse to remove him. Okay, let's continue. Let me get down to this part right here. Unlike the flyers for live events, right, which qualifies advertising, but to which the plaintiff consented, the streams of past rap battle performances on Caffeine TV are not advertisement, nor are they promoted using plaintiff's images. Okay, cool. Maybe they got him on that. No problem. He wasn't around for Caffeine. I think that might have been the only time he was in the Caffeine building that we had seen on camera, which was when he was interviewing Rum Nitty and then he got into the situation. So now, rather, the plaintiff appears in footage from events along with many other audience members. Pay attention. Pay attention to how they're trying to play him. The plaintiff appears in footage from the events along with other audience members. They're basically saying, brother, if you can't prove you was on the stage like smack in the middle and you was off to the side, then once again, how can you be a partner? And it's very little things. It's just petty things that I'm paying attention to that they're attacking. But we're going to get further because this is one part I'm moving on to. So right here they cite the Gaudier versus Pro Football case, which the plaintiff performed at halftime during the football game before the stadium crowd. That's a New York case from 1952. All right, so upon learning that the television station broadcasting the game had also broadcasted this performance, the plaintiff sued under Section 51 of the Civil Rights Law. The First Department held that the broadcast of the plaintiff's halftime act was not a use for advertising purposes, and noted that plaintiff's acts was televised exactly as it was publicly exhibited, without variation, unembroidered, and unalloyed. Right? Meaning, right? Because they like to use a lot of these words. So let me just explain to you. Unalloyed. No one assisted him. Meaning that you don't see us on camera doing anything with him. You don't see us next to him. You see him by himself, off to the side with the crowd, and that's how they're building this. This is basically what this is saying. For all my people out there, I love dearly, looking at me like, what's all this law shit they saying, Battleton? That's basically what they're saying. He can't prove anything because he was off to the side in the crowd. Nobody was next to him. There's no proof of assistance, or is there? Moreover, this is the part that gets dirty. DeAndre versus Rafla Demetrius. This is a case from 97. All right. Moreover, right? This is the dirty shit. Moreover, plaintiff's appearance in the video footage of URL rap battles is incidental. When I read that part, that's what threw me off. I said, hold on. He was there by accident? First they said, right, this bugged out because it's back to back. They said he was off to the side with the crowd, blending in with everybody who was coming to watch. He was with the public, basically. Now, on their conclusion of this motion, they say the plaintiff appeared in video footage of URL rap battles is incidental to the main purpose and subject of the company's work. That right there it's like, damn, how do you say he was there accidentally? Right? Don't worry, it's more for y'all. We're gonna get, like I said, I know you guys see the title. A lot of deceit, discrepancies, treachery, text messages. We're gonna get to that. Let me get down to here. Let me get down to this part. I'm gonna switch this up for you. Here's the conclusion. That is what it is. For the foregoing reasons, defendants respectfully request that the court, pursuant to CPLR, dismiss all claims in the complaint with prejudice and grant such other and further relief as is just and proper. All right? You can see all of this. This is public information. You guys can go look on New York law. Attorneys for the defendants. You see all this stuff is public information. Now, let me go on to the next slide. I got my slide set up for y'all because it's dirty. Like I said, it's dirty. We got to be prepared for this. Here we go. Right? This is where it gets interesting, right? This is where his claims, the plaintiff, Mr. Velez, this is where his claims come into effect, where you can see how recent the business was done, it was conducted. And this is so dangerous because if I knew that I text a lot, if I knew I had a friend or a partner that I text a lot, for one, I'm not trying to do no shady shit anyway, so I don't never have to worry about this. But why the hell would I think to myself, I'm going to get over on anybody if I was texting this dude every day, day in and day out for 10 years, up until this point? Why would I wouldn't even take the chance. But it is what it is. Let's read this, right? 12/28/2019. So check this out, right? You see the number, you see the date on the last one, right? Let me go back to the last slide. You see the date on the last one. Let me go back up for you guys, right? November 16th, 2019. January 25th, 2020. Right? This text message is from December 28th, 2019. This is before the caffeine. This is before. And sometime around when Twitch approached him and said, hey, would you guys like to do something? You know, a lot of people forgot about that too. Twitch went to KOTD after the caffeine thing. We thought it was because they were watching Caffeine do their deal with URL. So they said, hey, let's try something like them. No, Norbes already had that. Twitch already approached him. And look how quiet he is. He didn't ever come out. He didn't want to come out and say that to us. He didn't. He wasn't the one that wanted to tell us that. He found that deal. They came to him. They didn't go to Smack. They didn't go to Beasley. They didn't go to John France with the glasses. They went to Norbes. They contacted Norbes, just like they contacted Norbes for the movie role. They didn't contact Smack, even though he's the face. But the difference is the person who's really putting their time into it, they can tell. People, they could look from afar and tell that. Why would Twitch contact Norbes and not contact Smack, not contact Beasley, not contact the man with the glasses? Okay. 12:28, 11:44. Yeah, I'm going to pull up, fly in, fly out. They need an indemnity agreement. They need an indemnity agreement. This is what this dude is telling him. He tells him they need an indemnity agreement. You know how many? What's an indemnity agreement? What's that, Battlethon? Well, here you go. Indemnity. Security or protection against a loss or other financial burden. Security against or exemption from legal liability for one's actions. A sum of money paid as compensation, especially a sum exacted by a victor in war as one condition of peace. Back to these messages, right? An indemnity agreement. Protection. Now, look at this. I'm going to host all of them. Now, he's telling him, I'm going to host all of them. All right? He said, what? So at this point, he's confused. What do you mean an indemnity agreement? Wow, what is that? I've never. Basically, this and Beasley explains it to him, and this is what's so dangerous. This is a text message. You know. Let me explain something to y'all, right? Let me explain something to y'all, right? Once again, if you just tuning in. This is Battlethon TV. We are locked in. All right. It's Battlethon TV. We are locked in. We're locked in. Can't afford to play. We tuned in. Now, he explains to him what the indemnity is. He explained it to him. Basically says if somebody gets hurt, they sue him, not the URL. Then he goes on to say, I made KG sign it as well. Norbes says to him, I haven't planned anything since we last spoke. I said I was waiting on you. Okay, cool. Send it to me. Bees hit him. I just hate giving false hope. Norbes, I agree with you. But he said, them dudes don't be ready. I don't want to do it. But once him and P said, y'all spoke, I ain't want to come to you with the BS. I just accepted it. But I haven't planned any. I was thinking to do one in LA, but I wanted to use the guys in rotation that were being considered. I need you guys to understand something, right? In law, it is a known fact. In law, I didn't say it's a known fact universally, but in law, it's a known fact that a friendship can be more dangerous than a written contract can be. Because any justice or magistrate can read between the lines and tell by communication, by the tone of language used, by the amount of time that's spent texting. How many times has these two individuals texted back and forth? These are all the things that any smart person, any common logical person would look at. Of course. I need to see how many times you guys text every day. How often did you guys text? How long did the messages last? Did you guys call each other? Did you guys have 30-minute, 15-minute, 45, an hour conversation? This is all stuff that could be, it could be taken up. That's the thing with Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon. You have a monthly phone, best believe they can snatch anything they want, with or without your permission. It really don't matter at this point. With or without your permission, they can snatch all of that up. Now, if he made KD sign one, why didn't he make Norbes sign one? Why? If he made KD sign an indemnity, why, and KD's not a partner, but he works with them to protect himself just in case when KD's doing things, why wouldn't he make Norbes sign one? Because Norbes is a partner. You only make people who are doing regular stuff coming to work with you on a side contract sign the indemnity to protect you, so that way if that host that's coming to do work, anything goes wrong, they don't sue you. They sue the host. So that way, once that host is gone or that person who comes and signs that indemnity is gone, they go with all the issues. The court issues, all of that. You don't have to worry about it. It might be big publicity for you, but the indemnity protected you, right? So a judge is going to see that and say, wow. You could tell, like I said, by tone of language, by the amount of time you talk to a person, everything like that. The level of communication, how long it was going for, how long the phone calls lasted. This is all the stuff that's in here. And it's in black and white. And that's what I'm saying, man. I've always been a person, man. I just like being realistic with myself. So I have to say, like, if I just knew I had my hand in the cookie jar and I got caught with it in the cookie jar, at this age, I have no problem saying, listen, I messed up. I have no problem saying that. Listen, I messed up. Can we start over? How can we fix this? Because I don't have time to play. So what is it here that is, this is what's going to get interesting, which we don't know because so far these motions are bogus. There's a whole bunch of bogus motions. And the language that they use, you can tell if any of these dudes actually wrote anything in their affidavit, you could tell the lack of research, you could tell the lack of knowledge thereof, because there's no way a motion is filed like this using this type of language. Here we go. Here goes the dirt. Here goes the dirt. So now if Norbes hasn't been paid for a lot of these events, And we could just look at this right here. We could just look at this right here. Just look at this. Look at that. What's that? Born Legacy 8. Universe. That's what they sold the tickets to, right? Who was in control of the tickets? Who was in control of the tickets, y'all? Do y'all know who was in control of the tickets? When URL has a hard time doing something, right? And they don't know how they're going to get it done. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. They'll usually put it on somebody. Norbes had a big... My whole thing is that they give you the Born Legacy 8, Cleveland, Ohio. This is... This is my thing, right? My thing is you could tell that there's a lack of respect for not only just, Norbes. There's a lack of respect for the artists. And I hate to say this, but if a person knows that something's going down and they don't want you to be a part of it, real people usually will just stand up and be like, yo, nah, they don't. Let's not even take it this far. You understand? Like, why are we going this far if we know we foul? But some people like to play hardball. Some people feel. One thing I learned in construction, right? I learned in construction, dealing with a lot of contractors, right? A lot of the times when it comes with rich contractors, right? Rich people, rather. A person like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a billionaire, so he'll have you do the job. Shit, the job might be a $10 million job. He'll drop $100,000 on you. Shit, for a contractor who's getting 3 or 4 contracts a year, and that might just be one contract, $100,000 for a start of a project is great. I've seen contractors only start with 20 or 30. But out of that 20 or 30 for the first week or two, I got to get 1,000. I got to pay my team. Now the contractor has to say, okay, well, if he's on the morning shift, then who's on the night shift? Long story short, a person like Trump would start you with the $100,000, let you ride out for that month, pay you again the second and third month, and then drop probably $300,000 on you. And then now you so caught up in the $300,000 that you almost done with the job, and you still haven't even got paid the back money yet. And the back money is really the big money, because that little money in the front of the contract is only to start you guys off. Equipment, shit like that. Pay the guys off for the first few weeks. That's all that really is. Donald Trump will legit have the contract done, and y'all can't get paid. So you know what happens after that? You know what happens after that contract? You got to fight. And if you don't got enough money to fight, then it's like, what am I going to do? Because after a while, you can hit a point where you say, yo, yeah, I got $500,000 for lawyer money. But if the lawyer's telling you the retainer's $100,000, $200,000, what you think the case might cost if it drags all the way out? I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. But from the way this thing is going, from the facts that have been displayed here, from what I see, if everything that they're saying in this is real, all of his claims from the 80-page, he served them. I honestly feel, come 2021, Norbes could possibly own the URL. I feel like that. Because there's no way. I know law. I got a lot of my family members in law. I used to love reading my uncle's red criminal law book. If anybody has been to college and studied law, You know that big ass red textbook. I was 16 when I started reading that. My uncle dropped it on me. I was very rebellious, but I understood the law while I was rebelling. This is why you can never blame people for things when you do certain shit, right? Everything that I'm seeing in these motions that are filed back to back are total discrepancies. They're fallacies. They contradict each other a lot. And it's very dangerous because, like I said, a friendship can be more secure than a contract in black and white. And the judges know that. I mean, these judges have been around the same workers, listen, let me explain something to you. The judge knows what friendship is, right? The judge been around the damn court stenographers since she was probably 25. She probably had the job as a stenographer for 35, 40 years. Everybody in that courtroom, the officers that are in that courtroom, the judge has relations with the lawyers. He understands these things. Friendship. This is what's going to be dangerous. And like I said, mark my words, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if after everything is all said and done, it probably won't even take too long. I highly doubt it. I think they might be going on, maybe we might have like another, maybe I'll give it another 12 months. If there's no settling. If they wanted to actually fight and go all the way, I think they'd be out of their mind. I'm just being honest with you. Just based upon what I'm reading. Because if you have the common sense and you can read through this basically of writing, you can tell that really Norbes there's nothing wrong right here on his end. Everything that he's saying is actually holding up. And it's gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, right? Because why? There's a certain type of judicial procedure when it comes to filing certain motions. You can't file this one motion until that's filed. You have certain motions where you can't really put it out, and it might be a bombshell. You want to put it out, but you can't because you have to file 5, 6, 7, 8 motions before you get to that one legally. These are just procedures that go on in the courtroom. So now, we are at about maybe motion number 5 or 6, and this is the end of the year. This was June, July that he hit them with this. So now, here we go. This is what June, July he hit them with this. Here we go. 6 months into this whole situation. Several motions filed. Probably once every month from each party. Once every month, this motion's filed and uploaded to this site right here. I give it another 8 to 12 months. If the defendants don't come to something, if they don't just say, yo, you know what, we was foul, we did a lot of foul things, at least he went on camera and admitted, yes, I've taken money from artists before, but I never asked our artists for money. The artist offered the money. I explained to them, just because you give me money does not mean you will make it. You are paying me because you're telling me that you want a chance. And he admitted to that. What did they admit to yet? Nothing. Trust me. I feel like he's gonna be an owner. Just remember what I said. I honestly feel like that just because of the logic. I feel like he's going to be an owner. So now check this out. Hip-hop is real. A lot of people saying, oh, well, it's Knowledge's platform. You know, it's Knowledge's platform. He can do what he wants. You're absolutely right. He can do what he wants. What would I do in a position like that? Listen, I told you before, being an independent individual and working for yourself, not having a higher up or a boss to report to, listen, if I see wrong is wrong. And we obviously know that Hip Hop is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame are URL bloggers. Or rather, cameramen. Let me not say that because Unc don't like when you call him a blogger. Hip Hop is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame are URL cameramen. That's what they are. They are URL cameramen. I'm not saying that the URL pay them because they don't need to. When content is so high and in abundance, you could just pull up at an event and work your magic with your camera. As long as you got enough hours and space on it, you can film all night. Might come back with 20, 30, might come back with 50 videos. Trust me, I know. But no one's covering it. I saw Uncle Ra as T-Rex. Now peep the craziness now, right? Now peep this, right? What did they say about a month ago? They said that T-Rex was offered by the URL, by Beasley. T-Rex was offered a sum of money. I don't know the number, and if I did, I wouldn't disclose it. T-Rex was offered a sum of money and 3 battles if he was to get on there, refute anything about Norbes, and tell everybody that no, he wasn't there in the beginning. But you know why Rex can't do that? You know why Rex can't get on camera and lie and say that? Because Rex was with Norbes in the beginning, and Rex already went on 15 Minutes of Fame and told Uncle Ra Smack didn't know anybody in the beginning. So now we got one of battle rap's pillars. How many pillars we got holding up battle rap right now? When Mook was away and Lux was doing whatever he was doing, Rex was in the street. Smack was running around with a camera, Rex was in the street. A pillar of battle rap is telling you that this man who was running around with this camera did not know anyone. He needed help. So what does that do? Does that help the URL's case? If one of the first artists that was running around is telling you that they had nobody, does that help the URL's case or does it hurt it? Does that make Norbes look like a liar? Or does that make you sit back and say, damn, Rex? And let's not forget who Rex is when it comes to these cameras. You know what his rule is. Do not edit my footage. Because if I said it and I meant it. This is why Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion episode with Rex was one of the most viewed episodes. Why? Because Rex was able to bring up things and tell Math things about him that he didn't even know. So why would he get on 15 Minutes of Fame and tell Uncle Ra, no, Smack had nobody? Because that's what it was. That's what it was. Running around with the camera, granted, because I did it. I did it. Hip Hop is Real is doing it. Uncle Ra's doing it. Running around with the camera. Trust me, I've sat with plenty of videographers who did not know what the next step was going to be in their phase of camera work. Trust me, I've hit walls before. It happens. I lock in, do what I got to do, and I figure it out. I snap up out of it. Okay, this is the next venture. It happens. But I believe that. Rex don't got no reason to lie. Rex don't got a reason to get up there on camera and lie. Him saying that Smack didn't have help ain't gonna make him look better because he's not saying on camera that he's the one that helped Smack. He's saying that Norbes helped him. So why would Rex lie about that? He don't got no problems with Smack. He don't got no problems with none of them. He likes Smack. He likes Beasley. He don't got no issues with them. So why would he do that? I just need you guys to start reading between the lines, man. Just read between the lines. Just pay attention, man. Pay attention, man. Don't just go for everything. Please, man. Please. I know sometimes things can be real good. I see some things and be like, oh, that look good. And I have a reminder. Whether it's me or it could be my big brother. It could be my partner. Yo, listen. No, I know it look good. Don't fall for it. Please don't fall for it. It's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. It's so much more. We go now check this out, right? Peep this. General admission, 182 tickets sold. They made $10,000 just off of general admission. But I don't think Mr. Velez got any chicken from that. They got 10 bandies. That's just general admission. We're going to go through the list. It's 182 tickets sold. Y'all can do the math. Y'all can do the math on that. Stage passes. 11 stage passes, $2,700. Stage passes going for about $250, $275. VIP, 7,000. Or I might as well say 8,000, 7,900 off VIP. In total, they sold 272 tickets. Out of 272 tickets, they were able to pull off $21,000, right? It will break down in 1 second. Revenue shares, right? Now, it's telling you where it's coming from. This is the part that gets a little bit more in depth, because what's going to happen is they're going to say, discovered. So, okay. Referral. You look at the bottom right here and you see referral, you guys. All right. I know you guys are looking like, what the hell is that? Okay, cool. Discover iOS, right, is the website that they use to sell those particular tickets. Because a lot of the times, you guys, they'll tell us, you can go on Eventbrite. And then somebody be like, damn, I can't find no tickets on Eventbrite. Now they're like, you can go on universe.com. Like, hold on, because universe.com is the place where you can buy a ticket. And if you don't want it, you can sell it back. Now a person has to buy it from you. You can have a bid for it. A lot of people don't know this, but it's just a little knick-knack for you guys. Discover iOS, they sold 5 tickets on that website. Universe.com, 1. Now, www.universe.com, 206, the majority of their tickets were sold on universe.com. The question is, who was in control of the website? If Smack is running around with the cup in his hand, sipping, right? P running around looking like Lurch with the beard, right? Telling everybody, yo, this dude gonna be next. Yo, this dude gonna be next, right? Then you got Mr. Franz with the joints. He's sitting there looking like he about to hack into your computer. Looking like a computer with, like, he nervous. About to hack into your computer, right? We all saw the position. Me personally, being there, I saw the positions that these people played. But outside of scouting, you guys, who was in control of the website? That's the question. Who was running the tickets? Now, he told us Harry bought the servers. Harry was the millionaire. Harry put up millions of dollars for these battles. I wonder what Harry got for this. I don't think Harry got I don't know if Harry got any chicken. I don't remember him saying Harry got any chicken, but I remember Harry, though. I saw Harry at a few events. The sad part about this is to hear how you would think that a fight like this would be merited because, I put my time in, I put my money in, I sacrificed this, which I'm not saying that they didn't. But when you start looking at the files and the paperwork and you start realizing, like, these dudes don't have no money. They didn't have no money before caffeine came to them. They was broke. And the reason why you can tell, because Harry, he's telling you, the man is putting up hundreds of thousands of dollars for one card. And then you see Smack run up there, yeah, we trying to put this next joint together. He gonna say it on camera, and it's like Norbes said, you just taking this man's money, just taking it. Because he don't know no better. He just got a love for the culture, a love for the sport. They took advantage of that. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of foul. But we're gonna slowly see. Give me about another. I say give it about another month. We'll see what else these people file. I'm gonna show you these other documents. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll here. Yesterday, a motion was filed on behalf of the notice from the court. Now, the notice was just basically it's COVID. The system right now, the court system is kind of crazy right now. So they're basically just letting both parties know. Attorneys, listen, we're going to continue to do this process. It has to be done virtually. I wish I could see that virtual process. That would be That would be interesting, seeing this process. Cases may be referred to neutral evaluation on consent of the parties at any time during the litigation. The neutral evaluator hears abbreviated case presentations, provides an informal assessment of strengths and weaknesses of the arguments, and may offer a non-binding opinion. Neutral evaluators have significant experience in their specified area of law and specific training in neutral evaluation. Their assessments and opinions may help parties to analyze the case, facilitate discussion, and generate a settlement. Okay, so that makes it even more clear. Referral to the NEP will not stay the court proceedings. Cool. So this is a new program that New York State has come up with and abhorred to due to COVID. So we go here, okay, and this is from the chief. This is the deputy chief administrative judge. This is the one who's in the circuits. If you guys know anything about courts, this is him. You know how they say I am him. Hov said that. Y'all don't. Hov said that. I was just listening to a Hov song yesterday. Me and what do you say? He is him and I am him. Jigga jigga that be the jigga. So look, right. Notice of neutral evaluation program for commercial division. This is coming from the Supreme Court. This is their new program. So a lot of the times what we're naturally used to, jury selection, courtrooms, you pick the people out, boom. Sometimes, certain areas, I know, depending on the case, I'm putting these people in the hotel. You're staying right there. If it's not too big and it's a 1 or 2 day thing and it's in and out. Right? During COVID-19 pandemic, New York County Supreme Court is committed to finding less costly and innovative ways of resolving matters. Remote neutral evaluation services for commercial matters through the NEP program. This is a program they created due to COVID. So everything will be virtual. There's not like you're going to be able to go in the courtroom and see this. We're not going to see any of this. None of this we will see. So as much as I've had conversations with people. I spoke to several people in the law field. One particular person I spoke to earlier today, he said, he didn't have any knowledge of battle rap. And he said to me, I feel like battle rap is going to be so much big after this. I said to him, now in my head, a lot of the times in my head, I might feel your energy so well that I know what you're going to tell me. I just want to hear you say it. So I got to know for sure if this is what I'm thinking. And in my head, I'm like, wow, well, yeah, this is going to make battle rap very big because it's a big case. The number on the case is big. And it's eyes on the URL, and because everybody knows the URL is acquainted with caffeine, it kind of brings a certain connotation to it. Like I said, good views, bad views, it's still going to bring some type of energy. And what he said to me he said, because a lot of people still don't know about battle rap. He said, I don't know about battle rap. A lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people. This dude is 29 years old. Spoke to this dude. I spoke to a few people. This particular lawyer I spoke to, 29 years old, out in Florida. Because he was watching. He reached out to me because he was seeing the case on TV, or on online rather, on YouTube. YouTube is TV nowadays. But yeah, he's seeing the case online, and he saw my first breakdown on when I brought it up. So he says, he reaches out to me, how you doing, Mr. Thon? Everyone says that. Instead of people calling me Zaire, yo, Thon, that's what they call me. Nobody, it's like, I feel like I'm an army, I'm in the military or something. Everybody call you by your last name. Private this, private that, or specialist this, sergeant this. Everybody call me Thon. So he said, yo, Thon, pardon me, this is attorney such and such, and I thank you for giving me your number, allowing me to reach out to you. He said, I'm just reviewing everything and studying these things. So what he's saying to me is the reason why is because even though we have such a large force, and he almost didn't understand what he was looking at when he first saw the case, because he's not a major fan of battle rap. Well, right now he is. He's been a fan since this case has started. He's been a fan of battle rap. But said the reason why is because even though we have a large, powerful, structured following and a community of millions and millions of people, because there's so many other slots and categories, there's so many other pockets on YouTube that fit in the category of entertainment, those supersede battle rap. And when he broke it down like that, I said, well, you know what? You're absolutely right about that. Entertainment is, I believe, number one as import-export. But rap, media with TMZ and all these news stations, the impact that has to be made will be made on a grand scale. When this court case is clear, I already said it. I feel like the URL is going to give in. The plaintiffs will give in or be out of work. And have to start somewhere else or go somewhere else. That's just how I feel about it. And the number on it is what's going to make it something that everybody pays attention to. Fox and Viacom are the ones who set a number for URL. So now what happens is, you set a number. A $250 million deal with Fox and Viacom. They allocate 140 for the URL in battle rap. Out of that 140, let's say, okay, with an allocation contractual agreement of 3 individuals in the company, Smacky, Beasley, and your man Chico's, right? Let's just say, let's lowball it. Let's just say, we're going to give you, to start off, of this $140 million allocated, we're going to give you 10%. So you're like, damn, 10% sounds small. But when you're talking about anything in the millions, 10% is not small. 10% of $1 million is 100,000. The average person don't make that. So let's say 10% of 140. Let's say it's 14. Between 3 people. 3 times 4 is 12. So 4.5. Let's just say. And that's a small piece. Let's just say. Say it was 10%, right? Small. Because usually when you allocate money from something and you're allocating it for that project, a person could get 30%, 40%, 50%. And that's just front end money. Because if the contract is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years allocated, you got to think about the back money, how they're going to divide everything, flights, all of this extra stuff, right? That means that they're all millionaires, and they excuse this man without pay at all, and they had the money to give him. They could have broke him off evenly. They could say, let's all give him an M. We all got an M. Let's give him an M. I got 4.5. You got 4.5. He got 4.5. Let's give him an M. Didn't. Anything. No one responded. They didn't respond to the initial survey. They didn't want to respond to that. Nobody wanted to respond to that. You heard what Norbes said. Norbes didn't even know where Smack lived at until he served them the papers. How could we be friends and partners? But once again, a lot of people get things confused in business. It's hard to pay attention to all of these things when you believe that the person that you're dealing with got your best interests. And some people are not as sharp as others, but when they work collectively and they do dirty deeds like this, like I said, everything will come to the light. Everything will come to the light. It doesn't matter. Everything will come to the light. And slowly, eventually, everything is unfolding. I see you guys in here dropping your. I see you guys dropping